Hi everyone, welcome back to the Mass Retirees Weekly Update. I'm Sean Duhamel. Today's Friday, June 24th. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and join with us again this week. Happy summer, everybody. Now, speaking of summer, we're going to take a little bit of a hiatus next week. On Friday, July 1st, there will be no weekly update. We're going to skip a week. We'll be back to you on Friday, July 8th. We're going to take just a little bit of a break for the Independence Day holiday. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're enjoying this wonderful weather, this wonderful summer weather. If you're up here in New England, or if you came back home for the summer months, enjoy it. Because if you blink, you're going to miss it, as we all know. Now, before I get into the news of the week, just let me provide a quick update on a few things going on. We're keeping a very close eye and close tabs on any developments in the State House. As all of you know, the House and Senate conferees continue to negotiate the FY23 state budget. Of great importance to all of us, of course, is the cost of living adjustment. The House had the 5% COLA contained in their budget. The Senate has a 3% COLA contained in their budget. And I should say this is for state and teacher retirees, with a local option provision included by the House that would allow local retirement boards, if they choose to increase the local COLA from 3% up to 5%. All of that continues to be the subject of negotiation, along with a bunch of other items that are contained in the fiscal year 23 budget. As of the recording of this video on Wednesday afternoon, there is no news in terms of the conference committee reaching an agreement and having a final vote take place before the legislature. We are anticipating that vote might take place next week, heading into the Independence Day holiday. Keep an eye or pay close attention to our recorded hotline. The toll-free number, of course, is on the back of your membership card, as well as our Facebook page or our website for any breaking news when it comes to the budget. And for those of you who have taken the time to contact your legislators here in Massachusetts to ask that they please support the increase in the COLA, thank you so much. That goes a long way toward helping us to get this done. Now, what I want to focus on this week, and it's going to be a bit of a shorter video, but something that's come up recently, and particularly last week when Bill Reary and myself spent about a half hour taking a deep dive into everything that's contained within the July edition of our newsletter, The Voice. We got a lot of feedback online from retirees who are not yet members of Mass Retirees. People asking questions like, what does COLA mean? How does this all work? And it really brought it home to us that from time to time, we have to remind people that Mass Retirees is a membership organization, and it's a voluntary membership organization. So we're constantly recruiting new retirees or any retirees who are not members of Mass Retirees to please join with us. Now, we try to keep our dues as low as possible. We know that retirees are living on a fixed income, so a new membership with Mass Retirees is only $38 a year. Now, what does that get you? And the reason why I'm presenting that to all of you, and even though most of you watching this video or reading today's email message, you are already members of Mass Retirees. But inevitably, you most likely know someone who's either a friend, former coworker, family member, neighbor, who is a public retiree from here in Massachusetts, but for one reason or another is not a member of Mass Retirees. So what I'm going to ask you to do is a couple of things. One, if you can, share this video, share today's email, encourage them to join with us. Again, our annual dues are just $38 a year. We try to keep them as low as we can. We've got to keep the lights on here at 11 Beacon Street and keep the organization going. But that being said, we know that retirees are on a fixed income. But when you're talking to potential members and they say, well, what's in this for me? What do they do for us? Well, we do a bunch of different things. One, we're an advocacy group strictly focused on public retirees all across Massachusetts. Whether you're a state, county, municipal retiree, retired teacher, we represent everyone who worked for the government here in Massachusetts. The only exception to that is we don't represent retirees from the MBTA because the T pension system is very different than the pension system under Chapter 32 that all of you retired under. So the benefits are very different. So that makes the T retirees ineligible for membership with Mass Retirees, even though MBTA retirees are part of the Group Insurance Commission. But that being said, we represent everybody else. So first and foremost, we're an advocacy organization. So we're advocating for your COLA. We're advocating for affordable and high quality retiree health insurance benefits. We have a representative of our association on well over 150 local insurance committees known as public employee committees. So we're involved at the local level in terms of healthcare. We're also involved in the local level of working closely with local retirement boards to make sure that our local members are well served and that our retirement systems have the resources that they need and the backup that they need to help advocate and represent the best interest of their members. So as advocates, we're active here in Massachusetts, we're active at the state and local level, but we're also active down in Washington, D.C. on things like Social Security windfall elimination and GPO, Medicare, of course. Really any public policy that is directly and specifically related to public retirees and the issues that you care most about, we're going to be active advocates on those issues, and we're registered lobbyists, so we can work on your behalf on the legislative front. But we're also a informational and educational resource for our members. And as I mentioned before, the July newsletter is out. It's hot off the press. 6 times a year, we send the newsletter to all members. And the newsletter is designed to keep you well informed and educated and advised in terms of any issues coming down the road that might impact you as a public retiree. So it's keeping retirees well informed, well engaged with our area meetings and our teletown halls and your ability to ask us questions. That way there are no surprises to you in your retirement. And really the third leg of the stool, if you will, is our services that we provide. So for instance, if you have a health insurance claims issue, you can call our office and we will help you try to resolve that. If you have a question or a problem related to your health insurance, or if you do receive Social Security or your pension, you can contact us and we will help get to the bottom of what's going on. We are specifically focused, however, on public retirement issues, so we don't provide services outside of the scope of that. If someone calls us with a question that's not related to their pension, we'll try to steer that member in the right direction so they can get the help they need from the folks who are most expert on resolving whatever that issue might be. And then really the fourth thing we do, which is really a side function, is the discount programs through You Decide and through telehealth and so forth that we're involved in, that we try to pass those savings on to our members. As I said before, we realize that the majority of retirees are living on a fixed income. So any money that you can save on routine services or goods that you might be purchasing, we're actively trying to find ways to help you be able to do that. So really that's the fourth function of Mass Retirees, would be passing on those savings through our member-only programs. But the only way you can get access to all of this information and be actively involved with our association is by being a member of Mass Retirees. Now, we've also added an additional membership level for public employees who are eligible to retire but are not yet retired. Now, this is not a full membership for Mass Retirees. It's more or less a subscription to our newsletter and our weekly messages to keep prospective or future retirees well informed about your pension and your health insurance and all the things that you need to be thinking about before the day comes when you retire. So that's a new function, and a associate membership or subscription to our newsletter is $20 a year. And again, that buys you 6 editions of our newsletter, as well as our weekly news messages and the videos and so forth that we mail out to our members. So again, I know that most of you watching this are already members of Mass Retirees, but it would be a big help for all of us if we can work together to try to grow this association, grow our membership. So if you have a friend, family member, neighbor, former coworker, anyone you know who's a public retiree from here in Massachusetts who's not yet a member, please encourage them to join. And if you know someone who's an active public employee who's nearing retirement age and is starting to think about retirement, encourage them to become a subscriber or an associate member of our association. That way they receive all the information that they need about their pension. So with that, I'm going to sign off for today. Again, we'll be back to you again on Friday, July 8th. In the meantime, happy summer. Enjoy Independence Day. Happy 4th. You see behind me Plymouth Harbor. I grew up down in the town of Plymouth, spent many years working on the water in and around Town Wharf in Plymouth. So I thought it would be appropriate to have this as my backdrop today. But again, stay safe, have a good time, and we'll be back to you again very soon. Bye-bye, everybody.